Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, welcome back to another video. It is your host, Ordinary Guy, back at it again with the reaction. And today, I am not going to lie, I've watched this twice already. And I'm telling you right now, this is amazing. Like one of the best Nintendo Directs, in my opinion, ever. That I can remember at least. Let's just give it that. This is the title that I've heard slash agreed with, and even said myself that this should have been a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2. This would have made the Nintendo Switch 2 a guarantee must buy. Now, granted, I know there's a lot of Mario Kart fans. That's the best selling console game for Nintendo Switch. So I understand that people love Mario Kart. However, in my opinion, for the kind of games that I like, Mario Kart is a nice, fun game to play with your friends, play with your friends online, and it's a game that like has a lot of replay value, but I just don't think it's enough to hold people in playing the Switch 2 or wanting to go grab it. Well, it's enough Mario Kart is popular, and that's why they also priced it at 80 because they know it's a game that can sell because it did sell before just based on the numbers. So like people's gonna be excited for it, but I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, playing the Nintendo Switch 2 and only having Mario Kart World to play, I just feel like Mario Kart isn't a deep enough game that's worth not only $80 for a 23 gigabyte game, but also it's just one of those games that just like you casually pick it up, you play for like 1 to 2 hours or less, and then you just kind of say, okay, what's next? Because it doesn't have a story mode, it doesn't have uh, a compelling free roam mode where like it's like so many amazing things to do. I just feel like the free roam situation is cool, but it's also barren. There's a few things to do, UFOs, things to chase, P buttons to press and do little, trials and stuff like that, or finishing something in a time frame type of thing. But it's just it's okay. Excuse me. It's okay. Um, you kind of find yourself craving more. Like, what's next? So for me, when I first seen anything of Donkey Kong Bonanza, I thought, oh, that was great. And the more I saw, the more I realized, yo, like in this direct especially, I'm like, yo. Because before I knew I wanted it day one, but you don't know much about the game, so all you're thinking, okay, we got Donkey Kong. A lot of people will say, oh, it's Donkey Kong Odyssey. And the difference between the two is like Donkey Kong is strong and he would smash everything in sight. That's kind of cool. I also was my first impression was like, yo, like the fact that he can smash almost anything, to me, that showed the power of the Switch 2 of what it can do, and like how much more they can handle because breaking a lot of stuff and all of the debris that's coming out from the rocks and stuff like that, and the fact that you can break almost anything is like that's kind of cool. That shows technology to me. That shows next gen a little bit to me, you know. And so I was ready day one. I'm getting Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's the 3D platforming game that I'm kind of looking for the Nintendo Switch 2. I was just mad that it was coming out in July. Yeah. But then you watch this and you're like, okay, well, you're playing Donkey Kong and it's like you're smashing stuff, but what else? Like, what else? Does this game have depth? And this showcase showed that it had depth. I just wanted to do this reaction to share with you guys, and I'm just gonna like tell you my thought process of while I was watching it and like the first time, the second time, just my thoughts in general while going through it and just kind of reviewing the game and stuff like that. Given that this will be my third time watching it, I was at work when it came out and I was just too anxious. I had to watch it, and I'm happy I did. Like I came out of it thinking I want to play this game for real. I knew I wanted to play it before, but man, this is the effort that you put in the game, you know? And I'm still not really down for the $70, $80 price tag for Nintendo Switch games, but at least this game kind of felt like it was worth the 70. In fact, I could even argue if you was to give a game $80, this is the game that should have been $80 versus Mario Kart World, which I feel like the price for that game, Mario Kart World, should really be 50. And because it's a game, I'll just say 60 because that's the normal price of games. 60 for that, you know? But I got the digital version with the bundle, so I feel like it was worth the 50. You know, because there's not much to do in racing. Just race all day, you're free roam, and you're bored. You know what I'm saying? Let's just dive into it. That's just my initial thoughts before we actually start. You know, I might skip
When
through
the
depending.
world felt so cruel and bleak,
So
when the hole looked so dark.
first of all, I feel like the vibe here with the music and stuff already was like trying to give this like cinematic seriousness to a game, even though we know the game will be silly as well. But I just feel like this is awesome, setting the tone for what they're trying to do with this game.
Way to you.
So this right here was when I was like super shocked, like yo,
Golden bananas.
I was like, what? Donkey Kong Bonanza, and we got the rock thingy. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, this rock thingy, cool. And then the rock turns to be Pauline. Now I was just like, yo, I don't really know much about Pauline, but in my research, I learned that she's like Mario's first girlfriend, and she was called Lady back in the day, and Mario was called Jumpman. And like, you know, Mario was trying to save her from Donkey Kong, you know? And a lot of things changed, and all of a sudden we had the Mario Peach dynamic, you know? And Pauline just kind of disappeared for a while. We don't really, I don't know, a lot of people don't know about Pauline, including myself. Like, I started really liking her character, Pauline, from um, World Tour.
To the surface, it's
So,
said that one's wish will be granted by reaching the planet core. So the unlikely duo set up.
so I love that, like, we have Pauline instead of a rock. The rock thing was kind of cool, but like, I love that it was someone that we know to kind of like be a companion to Donkey Kong. I think that was really
And it's
cool.
hard to believe you're underground.
You know, and it's like we're going to this
DK
core.
can
The
run.
world looks really cool. The grass, you know what I'm saying?
Jump.
I can only imagine how it feels with
And climb through
the haptic
each
feedback or the
environment. Using
vibrations.
his incredible
You know, but it's not the
physical
PS5, so I don't
you
know
can freely move in
if we're
any
gonna get the same
direction.
type of vibe, but we'll
That's
see.
not all. Almost anything in your path, you can smash, crash,
So my reaction right here was I was a little bit like, okay, like we kind of know this already because you guys kind of like showed it. Now, granted, maybe the way how they approach these type of trailers, they make it so that, you know, someone that wasn't watching don't know what happened. You know, they didn't see the last video, so you have to redo and just like say the same things again or show the same things again because someone probably watching this video of Donkey Kong for the first time and here they would learn it. So yeah, so I just feel like he repeated himself with this in terms of like you kind of already showed that okay, Donkey Kong was punching and slamming and going underground, going above, dive punch. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this here is like really cool. He talked about the dive punch going down, and depending on the surface of the ground would be how far you can go. If it's concrete, if it's sand, you know, so on and so forth. You can roll, so now you can roll forward and stuff. That's pretty cool. 'Cause I don't think we could roll in other previous old Donkey Kong games, but not actually roll like that for too long. Um, yeah, I love the sonar. Um, to be able to, you know,
grab a
to
chunk of
see
terrain and
things that's
tear it
hiding
off.
behind the rocks, tearing off
Tear up
stuff,
turnips to
you
find
know.
items.
But for the
And
most
even
part, this is all the things that we already kind of like experience watching the, you know, the older trailers from 2 months ago and stuff like that. Like we know we can pick up the rocks, we know we can swing with it, we can throw it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not really nothing new. I think this is the only thing that I can't remember was in the old trailers where you can actually
nice.
double jump.
Throw. throw a chunk.
Yeah, we know we can throw.
Or aim at a target like this.
Aiming is cool because does that mean that we put it in the mouse mode and we just start like
Can have
rolling around? Like
explosive
that's cool.
effects.
I love that we have the
If you throw
rocks and
chunks made of softer material,
this
you can
surprised
stick them
me.
to a
You
surface
can
and
grab
pile them
softer
up.
material like sand and like create,
Turf serve.
you know? So maybe there's like a treasure that's
lets you
high
ride
that you
on
have to get
chunks.
to, and you can like do something like that to get to it. That's pretty
Speed
creative.
up and aim for smaller
Surfing on a
enemies to
rock.
knock them away.
It's the physics don't make
Make
sense, but it
use
makes sense in video
The
games.
power of Pauline's singing will help show you the way.
Yeah, Pauline singing, that's pretty
It can
cool
also
if you're kind of lost of where to go.
strange seals that someone left behind.
I'm curious to know who left these seals behind.
You never
And if
know
it's somebody
what
that we
you'll
know.
discover in the underground world.
I love that you can clap and use the sonar slap to kind of like collect
Also carve your
gold and
own
stuff like
path
that.
with DK's abilities.
You know, this just looks like a fun game that you want to play on a brand new console. You know,
The many layers of the underground world are host to a variety.
all these different stuff.
Some are mysterious and aren't too bothered by DK and B are also
So we know
venturing
we
through
know
the
that we have
layers of the
Cranky
world.
Kong, and first of
And
all,
his companion
I did not know that the Rhino had a name for years. I just used to think it's a rhino, and I used to love the games where we used to ride the rhino and like go through like special hidden bonus like stages and stuff like that. And you know, we know Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong is Cranky Kong, right? But I didn't know his name was Ramby. I wonder where they got the name from. I know he rams into things, so it's Ram. But like I guess B just to make it kind of cutesy, Ramby. I don't know. Rhino. Yes, yeah. Okay, well now I know his name is Ramby. Never knew. Unless they just gave him a name. Who knows?
Ramby are also venturing through the layers of the world.
So I love that that means that we can use Ramby and we can ride around and stuff. That's pretty fun. It might make it faster getting around and stuff and finding secrets and ramming into things and you know bonus stuff. Who knows?
Then there are the giant elders who call the underground
First of all,
world home.
they have like headphones and
They're said to
why are they so
possess
swaggy? They got
ancient
sneakers and
Bananza
all that. Yo, do you see that?
There's
First of all, they got banana beard and wings and feathers around like
elders
everything.
who call the underground world home.
You know what I'm saying?
They're said to possess ancient
just so funny.
Bananza powers.
How old are they and how long they've been around? So this is the other thing,
By
other than
learning
like
their
the
Bananza
Pauline
powers,
reveal
Pauline's
that got
singing
me.
can do something special.
Right there, before I even continue, I was like, wait a minute, Pauline is talking, and we got voice acting for the first time that I could think of in a Nintendo game. Like the animals, we kind of understand animals don't talk, whatever, whatever. But like to have any type of voice actor is like, yo, no way. That is just so wild.
She can make Donkey Kong transform. With incredible destructive power, even hard terrain poses no problem. Plow through the world. and
So this reveal was just like amazing to me.
incredible destructive
Because
power.
I'm already thinking it's gonna be like like when you play Mario Odyssey, it's like okay, it's just Mario. You're gonna play around with Mario. You're gonna get some customization with his clothes. You know what I'm saying? You got the hat power, and then just different things that might happen through the different stages when you put the hat on different animals and monsters or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the gist of what we got. In my mind, I'm just thinking we're just gonna have Donkey Kong. He's smashing everything. That was enough for me. And the fact that we have Pauline and with her help and the singing and whatnot. It's like we may unlock some new stuff or whatever. But I did not expect him to be Kong Bonanza, where he essentially turns to Hulk, or people would say because of the banana hair, Super Saiyan Kong, which I think they should call him Super Kong or something like that. I think this is
Even
kind of
hard
cool.
terrain.
It's giving what's the name of that game? Sonic Unleashed. Remember what that game Sonic Unleashed where Sonic was turned into a beast and you had the levels where you like running around fast with Sonic, but then you had the other levels where you was just like hitting stuff like as a big strong beast, a Sonic beast, whatever he was called. That was pretty cool because that was just a unique gameplay of Sonic that we never had before, and I loved that game by the way. Like it was great. So it's giving me that vibe here, but Donkey Kong, and this is really cool.
Plow through the world and
You know, I
smash
love
as
it.
much as
I love all
possible
of it.
with the powerful
It just gives,
Kong
when
Bananza.
the more you see, the
Plus,
more the game is
DK
getting
can
depth.
transform into a
Like,
zebra. He's a
so the fact that he can transform into a zebra is just so funny, but also a little bit off-putting and a little bit weird, but also acceptable. Because it's like, you know what? Fine. You know, we have the Kong for power, we have the zebra for speed, and then we have one more coming up. And it's just like the zebra looks so jacked and strong for no reason, and it's not even running on all fours. It's running on two feet,
as
which is
speedy
just
as
so
he
funny.
is striped. He can
And
even
just the
blaze
animation
over
and he's
water
like running
or
like that is
crawling
just so
pathways.
funny, you know?
That's the swift zebra Bananza.
So here it looks like you can run on all fours
Oh,
going
yeah. He
faster,
can
so
also turn into
that
an
works.
ostrich.
And then he turned into a bird.
flying
But this
ostrich.
makes sense because
Spread your
there might be
wings
things
and
you want to
soar
go
through the
to
sky.
that's far and stuff where they needed to find a way to fly. So now they got
can use
a power
updrafts
where you
to
can
gain
fly.
more
You know,
air.
I think this is really cool.
Then drop egg bombs from great heights to send
This
enemies
is just so funny.
That's
You know,
right.
they went with the
It's
silliness of it,
Ostrich
and like, you know, because
Bananza.
it's Nintendo, it's just gonna work, you know?
Bananza
Like,
transformations
I was completely
don't
fine
last
with the
forever,
Kong Bonanza, and that was it.
though. You can transform again by collecting gold to build up your Bananergy.
So collecting gold builds up your Bananergy. That is funny. Banana and energy put together.
You're not limited to when or where you transform, and you can swap between transformations. So get
Yeah, I love this.
creative
This is great.
and use them as you adventure to the
So
planet
the whole
core.
swapping thing that they're mentioning here is giving Maui from Moana vibes, where he just be like in the air and like turn into anything, shape shifting. So it's pretty funny.
Mining operation both above ground
So this is
and
the
below.
Void Company. You have your three bad guys.
Poppy Kong works to create gigantic corporate soldiers. Poppy Kong is responsible for subterranean info gathering.
Info gathering.
Void Kong is in charge of the whole company.
They're the bad
This
guys.
nefarious crew is responsible for the banana stealing maelstrom on Ingot
Oh
Island.
wait, is that all the
Nefarious
monsters we're gonna be
crew is
facing in the
responsible
background? Like I'm now seeing this information. Like, oh, like maybe these little monsters that we're seeing here, like the flying monster or
For the
you know, stuff
bananas-
like that, like they're all bosses that we might end up fighting throughout the journey here.
stealing maelstrom on Ingot
Not
Island.
bad.
And they're heading straight down to the planet core.
The planet core.
The planet core? But no! I'm going with DK, so you just
He got
stay
voice
away.
acting.
Voidco blocked off all the routes to the lower layers, so no one could reach them.
Oh, so like based on what the guy was saying, I guess they have like maybe there's something like in the core of the planet that can give you a wish, and maybe they're after it, but they also like, you know, blocked off whatever magic they have. They blocked off a lot, like I guess void magic. They blocked off a lot of stuff so we can't get to it. Maybe they want it for themselves. Who knows?
DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemies guarding these routes. So use all
Yeah,
the
see,
power at your
I'm
disposal to take on a host of powerful foes.
My only issue that I have is like like Nintendo games have a habit of just being way too easy these days, and I feel like I wish they can give us like different difficulties. You know, um, yeah, like by default the game is just way too easy. Like the usual boss battles is just 3 hits on the head and it's over. I don't want those easy games. I want a challenging game. It don't have to be the hardest game in the world. It's not Demon Souls or Dark Souls, but I want a game that's actually challenging where even if I beat the boss in one turn, I at least feel like, oh, that was pretty fun. And here he's
And other
explaining that you
places.
could
There
find
are a whole
uh,
bunch to find.
banana what do you call
You can
banana
also
diem,
obtain these gems by completing challenges in the ruins found throughout your
banana
adventure.
gems or something like that.
Let's do this.
And I love this. You have challenge
Challenges
ruins,
include
you know, which is
time-limited
to me inspired by Zelda, you know, and it's their game, so they can do it, right?
Courses where
You know?
you'll need clever solutions.
Yeah, so we have these courses, which is kind of like shrines from Zelda. I think is really cool.
Side-scrolling stages.
I
and
love
more.
this. This is fire. The 2D side-scrolling courses,
Keep
I
your
love
eyes
it all.
peeled
I
to
need
find
it.
the Banandium gems.
Anything Donkey Kong Country is like amazing. So good.
There are plenty of ruins to discover, so give them a try.
game is amazing. Unbelievable. But this is one of those like bonus stages where you can try to get as much gold as you can. That looks really cool. That stage remind me of like the old Donkey Kong game. Directed by Kong Bananza. So this freaked me out. This right here, I was like, wait, we got a skill point for what? Don't tell me. And then they open up the skill point, the skill board or whatever it's called. I'm like, what? So you can level up your health, your attack, your special abilities, you know, and make it stronger and better. The sonar, it gets better with a better distance. Like, come on. Like, I've never seen an RPG element added to a Nintendo game before. You know, at least the ones that I've played. You know, I'm talking about mainstream Nintendo, you know, not third party. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I think that's a really cool addition along with the transformations and just like the Banandium chips. You know, you can trade them in to get bananas.
These gold nuggets are, unsurprisingly, called gold.
And then the
You
gold,
can
you can
exchange gold
exchange
for
it
useful
for...
items at the stuff shop.
So I want to know what this is. Balloons, right? Recover with no damage after falling over an edge. Consumes 1 balloon per recovery. Okay, so when you die, the balloons is like your life. Okay, that makes sense. Apple juice. This is what I was curious about. The other ones that I've seen here. Press from giant apples automatically restores all health if it reaches 0. Oh, so it's one of those. Like if you die, essentially, you will get up, drink this, and like, you know, come back to life with full health. Consumes 1 can per restoration. Wow. Melon juice. Hold on.
Gold for useful items at the stuff shop.
Melon juice. Press from Banandium melons. Ah, they even have another type of Banandium. So there's Banandium apples, I'm assuming. And there's Banandium melons, I think. Activate a Bananza without a full banana meter. Ooh. Consumes 1 can per transformation. That's pretty good.
There are fossils too.
But it's like, as you can see here, we got chips, Balandium, gold, a whole bunch of stuff that we can collect and then use that collection to buy things. And now we're seeing that we can like change our style. This is fire.
No look is too much for Donkey Kong or too little. Almost
Look at
every
that.
article of
Oh, so look at that. So the clothes that you're wearing, it gives you abilities. So treasure tie level 1. Oh, can you level up just the clothes as well? Or is it just like you just unlock them later? Like, do you level up the clothes that you have on? That's kind of cool too. Increases the chance of a treasure chest will appear as you destroy terrain by 10%. Increases your swimming speed by 15. Wow. Expands your sonar range. That is really cool. So that's awesome.
clothing comes with its own benefits. So mix and match your look to suit the situation.
I love the customization. I can't wait. If I can have a red Donkey Kong with red fur, that's what I'm going
in the
for.
ground, crack
I
it
love
open,
red.
and you might
For
receive
people
a
that don't know.
treasure map showing the location of Banandium gems or fossils. Their locations will be marked on your map. Pretty helpful for finding collectibles.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You can also see which fossils and Banandium gems you've collected.
Like watching this, I can already like feel, I was telling my friends, like I can feel like I can get a good 30 hours of gameplay from this game. Just casually, just even like let's just say I decide, you know what, every level that I'm at, I'm going to just destroy everything until I find everything and then move on to the next level. And this right here, I'm already someone that like to collect vinyls here or there. And the fact that we can collect vinyls, which is just your music in the game, there's just so much stuff to collect. And then we got traversing through the levels because you know I'm sure it's gonna be a big level. So now you could teleport.
And if you get lost, no need to worry. You can always teleport within the layer
Yeah,
you're
you can
currently exploring.
teleport. What do you call the other thing?
When it comes to moving between layers, subterranean eels have your back.
Yeah. So it's like
These
teleport.
elevators will help you if you get lost. No need to worry.
The teleport. So now you can teleport, which is just teleport plus eel. Teleport. anywhere you want.
In photo mode, you can freely
And of
change the
course, you got photo mode.
inner
That's
shutterbug
cool.
and create your or using a second set.
And this
You
is
and a
what
pal.
shocks me. This is the kind of stuff that just kind of like you keep adding and adding to a game. And this is why this is, I'll say it right now. I think this, as of right now, in June, middle of June, this is my most anticipated game of the year. Other than, I can't even think of, I don't think any game beats this right now. This game is really fun. And then I love the fact that it's like a month away. It sucks that we have to wait. I think this would have been a perfect launch title, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to like pre-order and just like play the game. And then you can game share locally. I think you could also game share online with a friend, you know, and then you could also game share without the game and with your old switches if you still have an old switch or if your friends still have an old switch. So I think that's really cool. My only concern about the whole game sharing on the Switch is that the fact that you're able to do that makes me feel like how powerful is this game if the Switch can game share it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just casting on the Switch? That might be different, so I don't mind. But if it's not casting, I don't know how the game sharing really works. But if it's not casting, it makes me wonder, like, damn, so could this game just run on the Switch? You know what I'm saying? And like, you want something that's like just you want to feel like you're running you're moving on from the Switch completely, and not like what PlayStation did with the PS4 for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, is the game strong enough? We shouldn't be able to play it on the PS4. Same thing with the Switch versus the Switch 2. I think this is cool. This kind of reminds you of
Add delectable
what you
banana
call it?
effects. Give
What's
it
it
a try
called? It
and
reminds you
sculpt
of
to your heart's content.
Mario Paint. Except that you can create sculptures and paint them.
This
I
game
think that's
also
kind of cool.
supports amiibo accessories.
And
A
then
new
Amiibos
Donkey
is cool
Kong and
too.
Pauline amiibo figure is
I
also
actually don't
on the
mind
way.
buying this. Now,
Scanning
the
it
amiibos
unlocks
these days, because of the
Pauline's
tariffs
Diva
and all that kind of
dress.
stuff, I heard
By
it's
scanning the
$30 for
Donkey
this,
Kong
so it's
series amiibo
pretty
shown here,
pricey,
gold Kong
you
tiles
know.
with
So I'm just
explosive
like,
power will appear.
so right here, I didn't realize Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong is in the background right here with a toy Randy on top of their desk. So they seem like you go to them to like maybe buy stuff, or unless this is where you go to do the art thing. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm curious to see if we can like play as them or tag team with them in the story. You know, at least that would be kind of cool. Cool.
Every other amiibo released up to this point is also compatible.
So I like they found a
If
way
you
to
scan
use your
it,
old
you'll get
amiibos and you
giant
can like
spears like
scan
these.
it and get spared and use it in game. It gives you something to do with your amiibos, and I love the fact that all the amiibos have something. But that's essentially the gist of this trailer. We got a lot. We got like different collectibles that we can get, like from music to collecting bananas, um, banana G
Maybe if we get to the
to
surface,
um,
you and me
what else?
can make it more than a dream.
Clothes to buy, you know, different transformations we can do, you know. And I'm really just hoping that the boss battle and as well as the story is actually compelling. But it seemed like it, and we have voice acting now, so this is
Join
all
the
this is
powerful
all
Donkey
great.
Kong and the talented singer Pauline
Pauline
as
looks
they set
great.
out on an adventure to the fabled planet Core.
Yeah, I can't wait to. Oh, look at this! Oh, you can race them with the Rhino. Come on,
Power?
this is dope stuff, man.
DK!
Yeah, that, and I really
Donkey
hope that the
Kong
story really hits.
Bonanza.
It seemed like it's an emotional story
Available
already,
July 17th
but
only on Nintendo Switch
man,
2.
that was
Pre-orders
great.
are available now on Nintendo
Yeah, and yeah, so I might actually say, you know what? I'm getting this Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo. I just hate that it's $30 now. Like if it was 20, it gives you more reason to want to get it, you know? But just watching that again, like the game is solid. It has depth. It's amazing. It looks fun. It looks like it's worth your time wanting to buy it. It's worth day one purchase right away. The graphics is great. Pauline looks awesome. I don't know what timeline this is gonna be because I know Pauline from like Mario Kart World, and she's a grown adult, like how Peach looks. So like they went with a kid Pauline here. So I don't know. Is this game happening pre other things, or are they starting over and making Pauline a kid? like where it's just like its own like universe, like but the game is solid. Graphics look great. It looks clean, like it's running like at least something close to 60 frames per second. Smashing everything is just very creative and fun. I feel like it's gonna be therapeutic for people like, especially adults that go to work and want to come back home and relax and play Donkey Kong and just smash everything and just like unwind. You know what I'm saying? Like the game is just it just looks amazing. I'm looking forward to it. And I don't yeah, that's pretty much it. I already was excited, but the main conclusion of watching this direct was this game felt like it was. This is the game that if they was gonna make a game $80, this game should be $80 for all the things it can do. You know, just how fun it looks and chaotic it looks, and all the things that we can collect and the rewards we get for collecting these things. It looks great. Like I just can't wait to play. Like it just sucks that it's a month away. And it's just like, oh, you know. But yeah, that's my thoughts and reaction to Donkey Kong Bonanza. It was great, man. I This is what a game should be. This is what gaming is about. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my most anticipated game right now, and I can't believe it. But this is the kind of games that we want to continue seeing for the Switch 2 in the future and the near future. I want to see what else is coming out for the ending of this year. Do they have something juicy? Do they have a Mario Odyssey 2? And after something like this, they really got it. If they're gonna make a Mario Odyssey 2, you got to find a way to top this or at least equal it because what can you do in a Mario game? Mario. We've never had Mario transform, by the way, so it would be kind of cool. Well, I'm lying. We have different transformations with like the feather and the flower and the mushrooms to get big. Like things like that. Yeah, we obviously have, but like something new is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we'll see. I think the game is fun, and I'm just looking forward to playing it. I'm nerding out watching other people's reactions. It's just like amazing. But thank you guys for tuning in and making it this far. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, put a comment, see if you're enjoying the game. This is a day one game for you. It's amazing, man. Like, put something in the comments, please. I really want to talk about this game because it's cool, man. But yeah, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.